Zombie. Lights, lights. Hey guys, good morning. Sorry, I'm a bit late, but here we go again for our morning live on Sunday, Philippine time. We are going to be answering questions when it comes to travel update, immigration update, process, and everything. You can ask and type your questions in our chat box. If you're using a laptop or desktop, it's going to be on your right hand side, but if you're using a phone, it's at the bottom. So, how's everyone? Let's wait on everybody to hop on. Hello. Good morning, everyone. How's your weekend going? I hope everybody is doing amazing. Thank you so much for coming on to our live. This is our first show for today, answering questions, travel related updates, recap, and all that. What's going on this week? So, we're going to talk all about that. And thank you for those who messaged me on Facebook for their questions and everything. I hope I was able to answer that. And today we're gonna answer more questions as well. So, good morning, magandang umaga from the Philippines. Hello, the Bella family. Hello. Good afternoon, the Eaton squad. Hey, good afternoon pala. No, it's still morning. It's only 10 o'clock. Good morning at Joy Arabit. Hello, good morning. Good afternoon from New Zealand on daylight savings time. Savings. Oh my god, you guys on daylight already? State should be coming on soon too. So magandang umaga. Good morning, sis. Thank you. Hello, the Bella family. Are you allowed to travel to the Philippines on a cabin cruiser? Coming from where, Gavin? Depende. Depende sis kasi minsan they partner with other airlines. So they might be partnering with Philippine Airlines. Coming from New Zealand on a cabin cruiser. Same rule applies, Gavin. They will only permit those who are permitted to travel in the Philippines at the moment. So, whether by land, by air, or by sea, if you're not permitted to travel to the Philippines, or if you're not one of those permitted travelers to the Philippines, then duh. Can you? So, like I said, same rule applies at Gavin. There's no chances na ba to reopen the Philippines for tourist foreigners this year. Uh, I can still see it opening in December. Like I said, the Philippine government has been quiet again lately, so there's really not much update and all that. Baka mag-switch airline siya when he gets to ano. Baka mag-switch airline siya when it gets to LA. Pwede ba maka-travel ang isang fiancé galing USA papunta ng Philippines? Unfortunately, collected by May, fiancés, boyfriends are still not allowed to enter the Philippines at the moment dahil sa travel restrictions. So the Philippines is not open for that type of category pa until now. So at this stage, Philippine borders are close to even green countries, correct? No, they are not really close to green countries. But what I'm saying, Gavin, if you are not one of those permitted travelers to enter the Philippines, like if you're not a foreign spouse, you're not a foreign child of a Filipino national, you're not a 9A visa holder, you're not a 13A visa holder, or you're not an SRRV visa holder, then they won't let you in because those are the categories that are allowed to enter at the moment. So, Philippine Airlines ang PRCs, no? Tapos, yes, tama sis. With a K1 visa, can her kids come with? And what about grandkids? I believe kids can come because you can apply for the K1, K2 visa at Howard. I'm not sure with the grandbabies. Grandbabies is completely different because when you file for K1, that's for your fiance. K2, that's for her kids. So if her kids got kids already, which becomes her grandkids, then her kids will have to petition their kids. I hope I did not confuse you on that. I don't think they come in. I don't think they could be in one application. So, mm-mm. You're welcome, the Bella family. No, Philippine Airlines doesn't require RT-PCR test so far. Good morning. Hey, Mr. Torres. Welcome back. Sorry, I was kicked off. Sorry about this. Not a problem, Gavin. What if po pwede na pumunta ang fiancé dito? Ano po dapat una i-process na document? We should know that collected by me as soon as they open the border, because when they open the border for everybody, they should have a guideline on what they need to process to be able to enter the Philippines. So it's either the Philippine government is just going to reinstate the visa upon arrival, or they will require visas for tourists coming into the Philippines. So we will not really know that. We can't predict what document they need when it's finally open. So good morning po and Cap. Hey, Pops Mike. Good morning. The adventure of East meets West. So Philippines border are close to green countries as yet. Like I said earlier, Gavin, they are not close. What I'm just saying is if you are not one of those permitted travelers to the Philippines, you won't be able to enter. So when I say permitted travelers, these are foreign spouses of Filipino national, children, parent of a Filipino national, 13A visa holder, SRRV, and 9A visa. So if you are not part of those category, then you can't enter.
I think what Gavin's trying to say, so it's closed. Green list countries are still closed to tourism.
Yes. If you're asking for tourism, foreign tourists coming into the country, yes, the Philippines is still closed for that, even if you are coming from a green list country. One of the biggest problem is her sister died and she is caring for her niece. Can we get K2 for her? Hmm. I think enable for you to petition that child as well. That child needs to be adopted. I'm not I cannot confirm that, Howard, but the route looks to be like that because applying for K2 under K1, they would be needing birth certificates and everything for the kid. So Do they have age limit on K2? I think 18, no?
Mm-mm.
18 years old, yeah. They also have age limit on K2, 18. Tell your husband thank you very much. Very much appreciated. You're welcome, Gavin. You're very welcome. So, like I said, it's like there's really not much update from the Philippines. I think she has a legal guardian. She can. Yeah, that one too. If she's a legal guardian. Limit okay, 21, not 18. Okay, so sorry.
Yeah, 21 makes more sense.
It seems that unless you are legally connected to the child, there isn't much anyone can do. Yep, that is true. Because they always ask for that paperwork. How are you related to that child? So everything should be legal, and you have to show that to the USCIS when you apply for the K1 visa. I'm not da. Hurry up! He's sneezing today for some reason. His sinuses is kicking in. I just tossed him the.
I think as long as you start the petition before they turn 21.
That is true too. That's actually true. If the petition has started, and even if the child is already 21, but you guys filed before he reached 21, that's still considered. That will still be processed because you filed before the child turned 21. Is Northern America such as San Francisco and Green Zone or not? Nope. US is not part of the green lane or the green list. They are on the yellow list. So thank you so much for the 19 people watching here. Like I said, there's really not much update lately this week. So they're more on vaccine, the deliveries of the vaccines to the Philippines and stuff. Oh, sorry. The quarantine protocols and arrival protocols still the same to those who arrives in the Philippines coming from the green countries, yellow countries, and uh, what do you call this? The red list. The red list pretty much is what do you call this? Travel ban. How old is the child? Need to find out if there's a way for guardianship if it that work, but don't know if they have that there. I'm not sure the Philippines does. They might. You have to get on with a lawyer on that, Howard, for because that belongs to special cases. Like I said, if you're petitioning her and her kids, that wouldn't be much of a problem because they could be on K1 and K2. But like you said, she started caring for her niece. So I would I would ask an immigration lawyer for that case. Do you ad- do you adoption for an adult from another country? Example of a Filipino family has an adult abroad. They can be adopted into Philippines. Do you know? Adoption for an adult from another country. Example of Filipino parent has an adult abroad. Can they be adopted? There are certain rules when you adopt somebody coming to the Philippines. So the ones that I know is that you have to live with them in 2 years to process the adoption. So it's not going to be a cakewalk. You will have to undergo certain process for it. Like I said, the one I know is when you're adopting somebody in the Philippines, they have to live with you for 2 years. She's 15. Okay, she's 15. San Francisco is the most vaccinated county of California with 90% second dose and the lowest COVID patient as of today, 15 only. Why is it not on green zone? California is part of the USA. So they can't just put state on green list. They categorize it by country. And unfortunately, some other state in the US has got higher counts on COVID-19. So, and US is still considered a high risk country in the Philippines. That's why they are not listed. Are there four main vaccination accepted in the Philippines per location? Right now, there is no specific vaccines that the Philippines require. Unlike other countries, I'm actually getting ready to do a video on that because there are countries that only accepts a specific brand of vaccine. But as far as I know, in the Philippines, they don't have that yet. That they only accept a particular brand of the vaccine. Can you send me information on the adoption process, please? Much appreciated. I will check on it later, Gavin. Just check they do have guardianship. Yeah, now you have to check with USCIS how the guardianship would work when filing for K1. You're welcome, Howard. Oh, that's probably for Mike. Yeah, it's like I know there's guardianship here in the Philippines. I just don't know how it works when it comes to paperwork. Like I said, if she's the legal guardian and stuff, you have to now you have to ask USCIS how will that work with K1 visa application. I'm really surprised the Philippines don't have much update lately. They do, but now it's more on preparation for the election because I think their last day of filing is December, I believe. I'm not sure. I think it's December. So Oh, the news that you will hear is more likely about uh election. So they are busy on the election already. But for this week, let me check. Yeah, for this week, I think I have posted the news to those travelers going to the US, especially for visitors to the US. You would need to be fully vaccinated before you can enter the US starting November 1st. But for those who are residents and citizens of the US, if you're not fully vaccinated yet, then you will have to undergo a certain test or quarantine when you get to the US. So that's a heads up to everybody, especially to those who are in the Philippines and not yet fully vaccinated. You are going to undergo a certain test when you get to the US if you are, like I said, a citizen or a resident there. But for foreign visitors, because the US is going to open up for tourism, for foreign visitors coming into the US, you need to be fully vaccinated. I hope Santa gives us all a present of being in the Philippines for Christmas. That would be nice. That's really nice.
I'll put it on the old man's to-do list.
Yellow zone mean 10 days quarantine. That sucks. Yep, unfortunately. Hello, hi, sis Cecilia. Hello. After my 10-day quarantine is over, is my final destination is a if my final destination is a hotel, how does the rest of my home quarantine work? If your final destination is a hotel, it depends where your final destination is at because there are other LGUs that has certain protocols to arriving guests. So even if you have done just like here in our city in General Santos City, even if you have done 10 days quarantine in Manila already, you will have to go through 7 more days quarantine for Jensen protocol. I hope that makes sense to you, JD. What elections? General elections for new president leader? Yep. That would be on May next year. It would be so wrong to leave this young lady behind after losing her mom when trying to belong to a new family. That's really true, Howard. So I really hope it all works out for you guys. Like I said, I would call USCIS with this situation. That way you guys know what paperwork to prepare for it. I would not I would not or I would ask for I would ask for an immigration lawyer. I would ask an immigration lawyer when it comes to this case. That way, before you guys get started with your paperwork, you already know what document you guys need to submit so she can be included on the K1 visa application. Because I would not get started everything unless you have talked to the USCIS or you have talked to an immigration lawyer. That way, you guys get it right from the first process until the end. So my wife can travel to the US as a vacation. Your wife. So your wife can't unfortunately, if you said wife, I assume you guys are married already and she's in the Philippines, she won't be able to travel on a tourist visa. You have to petition her for a spousal visa. That's just the way it works.
Because they're afraid that if you sponsor her on a tourist visa,
She will not come back because
she will
you're
not
there
come
already.
back, which will violate the terms of the visa,
Yep.
and therefore she'll be an illegal immigrant. And even though you're married, you've got to go through the proper
That
steps.
would actually that would actually be on record and you don't want that when you guys process for your spousal visa already. To those, it's like tourist visa. You're there for vacation, for leisure. So if you're married or engaged, there are certain visas that you need to apply. Do you all ever go north of Jensen or only travel east in Mindanao on trips to be safe to stay safe? It's like we don't go to uh because we are in the south. We are under the southern Mindanao, and southern Mindanao is has lots of cities, but no, we don't go to those cities that they said it's not safe. So, hello, familia. Do you have an idea what is the month and year Homeland Security is working on for K1 visas? Heard a month ago someone say that he had been waiting since September 2019. Oh my god. Not sure what month, or I already forgot how to check that. I was so good at checking that before, brother Jess, but I usually hang I usually hang out on visajourney.com because they are very good at on updating on that. So I will check it out, brother Jess, which September 2019. I know one of our brothers here, Daniel, their K1 visa got approved just recently, and their process took 9 months. So they're just actually waiting for NVC to forward their paperwork to the U.S. Embassy in Manila. And she has to be vaxxed. Yep. Do you have any adoption lawyers in the Philippines or any international adoption organization? Okay, to look for more details, cost as well if the foreigner's adult is in birth country. I would actually look into that, Gavin, on my own. Like, I mean, you, because that's there are more process involved with your inquiry. So if you know somebody in the Philippines, or if you're the family that's going to adopt you, if that's what you're trying to say, I would have them talk to a lawyer here, because we should have a lawyer here for adoption. So I would talk to them, have them talk to the lawyer on what's the first process for adoption for adult here in the Philippines. Because it will cover so much process, so much step for that particular, I wouldn't say application, but good day. Hey, love Ara. Marisa Ingana, hello Marisa. What is a vax? Mean fully vaccinated, Howard. Short for vaccination. Do you already live in USA together for 5 years to lock in Social Security eligibility?
Did we?
What's the Social Security eligibility? What's that?
Yes, you have your U.S. citizenship.
I'm dual, JD. I am a US citizen. At the same time, I have retained my Filipino citizenship. So I'm a dual citizen of the US and the Philippines. Well, US doesn't really recognize dual citizenship. In the eyes of the US, I am a US citizen. In the eyes of the Philippines, I am a US and a Filipino citizen. Yep. No international flights from Jensen to Australia or Indonesia. Uh, I'm not sure, brother Jess. Indonesia over here from Jensen, you can ride by boat entering Indonesia. Actually, for Australia, they have limited flights coming in because Australia is very strict right now. They won't even let their citizens go outside the country. So, flights are still limited. Would it be okay if me and my wife travel to a different country? I know there are countries. It's like I was reading an article. Indonesia, Thailand. Wait, let me pull that up. Let me pull that article up. Malaysia for a long time. So they are going to be stopping that campaign, Zero on COVID. Instead, they're going to do a campaign. I like that slogan that they actually. It's like Zero on COVID. They are going to finally move on to that campaign, Zero on COVID. Now they are going to start living with COVID. So because we really have to start living with the virus, it's not going anywhere. So Thailand, Vietnam, Malaysia, and Indonesia, even India is now on the process of reopening their country, trying to revive their economy when it comes to tourism. So those countries will be opening soon. You got social security. You have 40 credits working, and you only get 4 credits a year. So it takes 10 years working in the US. Oh, I'm screwed. I never work over there.
But you'll still be eligible for spousal benefits.
Oh. Hello, still foreign tourists is not allowed to the Philippines. Thank you. Hindi pa rin siya. Nope, it's still not allowed. You think any possible chance open October? I doubt. I'm not seeing it opening next month. It's almost end of September already. Just got back from Vegas. Lost all of my contributions to Eaton squad get together. Sorry. Oh my God, brother Jess. Why did you gamble? You should have won. He's laughing his ass.
It's all right. He's got time to build it back up.
Yeah, you still got time to build it back up, brother Jess. How I wish, Howard, even if it happens, all the nonsense is not worth it for many to go there. Mask, quarantine, business closures, no nightlife. Oh my God, my brother just won't live without the nightlife. Just needs to take loan. Yep, you got to. You spend our money. You spend our money for get together, brother Jess. That's funny. When I get my EED and visa to enter, is there a limited window where I need to make the trip to the Philippines, like 90 days? Actually, the EED has been lifted since August 1st. So you don't need to have the EED for the 9A visa unless you are applying for the business visa side of it. But if you're a foreign spouse or foreign parent of a Filipino national, all you need is the 9A visa, not the EED anymore. How many? With we have one subscriber here, Chris. The validity of his visa is, I think, 90 days. So you have to travel to the Philippines before that expires. So yeah, New Zealand borders are closed until November next year, unfortunately. So difficult to go anywhere, including Christmas as well. Oh, I did not know New Zealand is closed until next year. Wow. Just like absolutely team. Yup, start saving. I think we still got a long ways to go. I was begging for food there in Vegas and gas money. It was shameful. Nah, you're kidding, right? Somehow I don't believe that. Brother Jeff, you're tripping, aren't you?
Oh, it's possible.
If he lost all his money,
Well, I said it's possible.
that could be too. You really did, brother Jess. Sold the engagement ring too. Now you're just messing up, aren't you?
Yes, now he's just messing up with you.
Now you're messing up with me, brother Jess. I don't think you dare selling that engagement ring. You know better than that, brother Jess. You know better than that. I'm waiting for his answer.
He probably wound up winning a shitload.
Probably somehow I doubt you lost. You probably won in just bailing out to contribute on our get together. That's so sad. So, but like I said, guys, on travel updates, looks like Malaysia, Thailand, Vietnam, Indonesia, and India are opening. Like I mentioned earlier, they have this campaign zero in COVID for a while, and they thought it's not really working. So now they are switching to living with COVID. So it's happening. It was fun, but won't return until wife gets here. If I say I won, my contribution will rise. So lost a lot. Yeah, right. Now I know that already. So it stays as is. It's either it stays as is or you have to wrap it up. Now that you told me that. Have a good Sunday and thank you very much for the information. God bless you all as always. Thank you, Gavin. Thank you for coming in. Take care. Take care. Take care. Oof. Fiance is there in Malagon. What city is that, Jess? Brother Jess. What city is Malagon? Where is it at? A pleasure. Take good care too. All your family too. Thank you, Gavin. Do the same. Maraming salamat. Okay, let's check the vaccination update in the Philippines. We actually got some vaccines. It's like we had lots of vaccines came in. It's like and we actually will get more vaccine this month before it ends. Grabe. It's already what? Today is September the 25th. This is the 26th here in the Philippines, 25th in the States. But it's like it will be October next week actually. Like Friday next week, it's going to be October. What is their system now in Manila about? Confusing about the chair with ECQ that North Jensen Malungon. Oops, always say wrong. North of Jensen Malungon. Oh my God, she's from Malungon. That's very close over here. That's like an hour drive from my place. That area is so pretty. I want to go there. They have that overlooking place over there they call Kalun Barak. It's nice. You go through Malungon when you go to Davao, actually. That's the route you go to. The system in Manila, it confuses me. The alert level 1, level 2, level 3, level 4. I think they're pretty much the same with ECQ, GCQ, MECQ, MGCQ. They're just what do you call this? It's almost like they're just changing terms, but the implementations are the same. It doesn't make sense. They just confuse everybody from new system and all. You know, Travel update: foreign tourists not allowed. Obviously, let's unsubscribe and just check back in 2023. Oh, there's an asshole in the group. Hockey Panda, I will not forget that, okay? I think I know everybody's waiting for the travel update, but some of these people over here are my family. So if you can't say anything nice, I would shut my mouth. It's like saying that. I was like, I respect your perception about it, but you don't need to be an ass about it because everybody's looking forward to be with their loved ones. Now, if you're ready to be with your loved ones in 2023, that's completely up to you. But these people are not waiting that long to be with their loved ones. So be nice. If you can't say anything nice, then you don't have to give people fake hope. I'm not giving anybody fake hope. You are. Great info, Eaton Squad. Thank you. Hey, JD. Maraming salamat. Hey, James. Eaton Squad family. Hashtag. Thank you, James. How are you doing? How's the week going? Oh my God, somebody's being an ass in our group over here. Somebody's lost. Somebody hook him up with a chain,
If he
please.
wants false hope, he needs to go to Jennifer Cherry's channel.
Buang, don't say that. Pops, where are you? Pops, somebody's messing with your daughter over here. Where are you? I will not travel to the Philippines without getting the 411 from the Eaton Squad. What's 411?
411.
What's that?
That's the information from the Eaton Squad.
Oh.
411 is the number that you dial in the States to get information.
411. So mine is 411, not 911. That's cute. That's cute, brother Jess. That's really once allowed. My brothers over here. My brothers in my channel. Farewell that when the Philippines is going to open up, I would have a message brigade to everybody before I even post that news in my channel. That's how special you are to me. So you guys will get the first hand information when it opens up. You will get a private message from me saying, "Hey, pack your bags, go to the airport, it's time." That would be my message to my brothers and sisters over here who's been waiting for the Philippines to open up. So tourism will be open on November, hopefully. That would be nice, Love Ara. Let him spend a week in my sub and he will be sad panda. There you go, brother. Yes, there's my brother. Traveling hobo. Too bad you kill your rooster. I would give him to your rooster. Hobo, have him walk the plank. Howard said, "Oh, say you don't want to be on this channel, brother. They will grill you. These people over here are my family, so you're messing with the wrong one."
Don't shoot the messenger.
Don't shoot the messenger. I'm just, it's like I know you guys are frustrated with the travel updates to the Philippines because I know you're just waiting on that one update for the Philippines to open up. Don't shoot me because I am saying that it's not open yet, that yada yada yada. Please don't shoot me. Don't shoot the messenger. I'm just relaying to you what's the news in the Philippines. And if you don't like it, I don't have control over that anymore. But please don't take that on me. Do you believe like me that that we will need a visa before we arrive?
Honestly, I
Mm,
doubt it.
the Philippines has never been requiring visas for leisure travel, especially coming from the US. So I was like, I almost believe, Brother Jess, that when they open up the border, they will just reinstate the visa upon arrival for foreign tourists.
Because in order for them to require everybody to have a visa coming into the country, they will have to up their staffs at all
Yes,
the embassies and stuff.
true. It's like, can you imagine how many foreigners who have been waiting for the Philippine borders to open, and they will all of a sudden require visa for them to enter? If they really want to do that, like my husband said, they have to double or triple their staff at the Philippine Post abroad, which is the Philippine consulates, because they will be slammed with visa application to enter the Philippines when they open up. So I'm not sure if they want to go through that hassle. Patience, guys. Tourists will be open soon. Let's pray for that. LDR, stay strong. Yep. Amen, Ivan. Avan. Drove and quartered on a sub could be tough.
YOLO.
I told you, Panda. Who's Panda? Let me see. Let me Hooky. Oh, that Hooky Panda.
Tell,
Hooky Panda.
tell traveling hobo
Mm-hmm.
to just keelhole it.
Traveling hobo. My husband said to keyhole him.
Keel hole him.
Kill hole him.
Keel
Kill
hole.
hole.
That's where you basically take a rope and you tie it to their hands,
Oh,
and you take another rope and you tie it to their feet,
yeah.
and you toss them off the bow, and then you have people run down the sides of the ship and you drag them along the bottom of the ship.
Oh my God. It would be a good money maker for such visas and limit who comes in, so it's not a such far out of thing. Hopefully, they're not gonna go
Yeah,
through.
but what kind of criteria would you set for who gets approved and who gets disapproved?
That's true too. It's like they will be asking for paperwork and stuff. You're just going through the process. See, Sadie, I watched TV Patrol last night and they mentioned about opening for tourism and hopefully they will very soon. That's really cool. I've got to watch that. Maybe I should pay him a visit and educate him on being nice to my daughter. Halaka! Hokey Panda, my pops is here. You don't want to mess with him. Howard's like, oh, yep. Matey. Let me see if he's still around. I think, yep, he's still around. Probably can hear us. Drag under sub. Oh my God. See what you did, Hockey Panda? You got everybody angry. No, it's like Hockey Panda. I completely understand your frustration because the Philippines is not open yet. And it's not easy when your loved ones is in the Philippines waiting and you are waiting as well. I completely understand the situation. I completely understand the disappointment, because my husband and I has been on the same, well, maybe different situation, but afar from each other for a very long time. But it doesn't you don't need to be rude about it. It's like I wouldn't be in this show if I'm giving everybody false hope, you know? So be nice, pray about it. Might get granted for you. People have been here before, K1 visa applicants, etc. That's why, to limit people, I just can't see the Philippines open for everyone at once. That is very true too, but brother Jess, the Philippines is really cringing with money now. It's like the president has already stated before that the Philippines don't have money anymore. So it's almost like, yes, they want to open the tourism, but they are so worried that we will have another surge again over here. So maybe he could be a good at scrubbing my barnacles off my hole. Oh,
That's why you kill hole.
we are all frustrated, but be nice. Just a friendly warning. Uh-oh. Okay, fine, fine. He responded. Yeah, Hoki Panda is like, no offense. I don't like giving all that travel updates to my family here, especially if it's not a good update or a bad news. But whether I like it or not, I have to, because they rely on me on that particular update. So, like I said, don't shoot the messenger. Before my fiance can file for 9A visa, I'm not sure what kind of emergency cases is that. What do you mean, Melody? When the time comes, all hotels and staycation are fully booked for sure. Oh yeah, definitely. When they open up the country, they need more flights, they need more hotel to cater everybody. Always best to hope. Never give up on ones you care for. Sorry for any rude suggestions. You're fine, Howard. Addie works her butt off for all of us. Respect her. Thank you, Papa Mike. At Panda, yes, we are frustrated. Just it's like I said, I completely understand everybody's frustration. It's like I'm even frustrated. Even my husband is here because I can really feel what you guys are going through. We've been there and it's not easy, it's not fun. Like there are days that you really want to be there for your loved ones, but you can't control the situation. Because if we can control the situation, you guys are probably here already. But unfortunately, it's not in our hands with the current situation in the Philippines. Unfortunately, there are more powerful people than us. And right now we got no choice but to, follow. But I do understand you guys' frustration towards the travel restrictions to the Philippines. Well, I do need to be in life and death. Will it need to be in life and death situation? There are some who experienced the life and death situation, but they were not granted with 9A visa. So you said before my fiance can file. And you mentioned fiance, which is under the foreign tourist visa. I'm not sure if he'll be granted. You can file for is that humanitarian thing for emergency and stuff? But because there are, like, for example, it's like this is already, what do you call this? These are already permitted travelers to travel to the Philippines, like a foreign husband. But he needs to have a 9A visa for an emergency because somebody died in their family. But he was not able to get one that quickly. Sometimes they just don't care on our emergencies that we need to attend to here for our family. So I don't know what type of emergency you got, Melody. Thanks for answering. You're very welcome. I hope things will work out for you, sis Melody. I really do. I know our situation right now is not the best. Just like this week, we got some bad news from our dear family friend. He is actually our veterinarian to all our puppies at the house. And unfortunately, COVID took him away from us. So he got hospitalized on a Monday. He died on Wednesday this week. So COVID is real. Unfortunately, he was not fully vaccinated. So it really hits you when one of your closest friends in your family died because of this virus. It's real. It's real. It's sad that it's like we were until now. It's hard to accept that he's gone because he's gone so quick. Like I said, it only took 3 days. He went to the hospital Monday. He died Wednesday. So that was quick, and everybody was not prepared for it. Well, everybody's not prepared for death, but he was taken from us too quick. Hey, J Mike, congratulations. J Mike got married online. Does the Philippines requires a couple to have met at least once physically, once married online to enter?
No.
There are some. It's like I can actually see it now that the Philippines don't really look into that anymore, unlike before, because there are some, actually quite a few, that has flown already over here, got married online, have never met, but was able to get a 9A visa. If you watch Filipina P, she actually featured a couple in there that were not married, that have not met in person, got married online, and he's here now in the Philippines. He went through quarantine and everything, and they are finally reunited. So it's probably a leeway for those who have been planning to get married but was on hold because of the pandemic. At Eaton Squad, thank you. You're welcome, J Mike. At Eaton Squad, that rule is for the fiance visa. Which one?
But you have to
Yeah.
meet the person.
Well, if you got married online, you won't be able to file for the K1 visa anymore. You have to go for the spousal visa. You cannot file for a K1 visa anymore because K1, one of the requirements of K1 visa is Senomar, certificate of no marriage. So when you get married online, file for the report of marriage. Your marriage will be reported in the Philippines. When she gets the Senomar, it will indicate in there that she's already married. So you can't go for the K1 anymore. Grabe, it's already almost an hour. What about K1 to enter US? Have to meet physically? Yep. One of the requirements is K1 that you guys have met physically within 2 years. That's a requirement. Report of marriage is separate from the visa application? Yes. Enable for you to proceed with the visa application, you have to apply for the report of marriage first. Because they require that. The report of marriage paperwork is one of the requirements for the 9A visa. And it's very critical because that's one of the important paperwork for it, for the 9A visa. Toot, 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 toot. So, guys, I would like to take this opportunity today or tonight for to invite you guys for our LDR discussion tonight, 8 o'clock in the evening Philippine time. So we have quite a bit of discussion. So I'm inviting you guys on our regular show, LDR discussion, 8 p.m. Philippine time. If you married online though, you haven't met in person, can you file for spouse visa even you haven't met in person? Unfortunately, no, because that's one of the requirements. One of the requirements of a spousal visa that you have met in person and that you have consummated the marriage. So those are the two, just one of the two requirements for a spousal visa, that you have met in person, that you have consummated the marriage.
But
But
by getting married online, you can come into the Philippines, which means you can actually meet them in person
yeah.
and consummate the marriage before you apply.
Ma'am, pwede ba mag-apply ng marriage dito sa Pilipinas as online marriage po me from Philippines? My partner is from UK. You have to apply. Kailangan mo siyang i-apply sa Philippine Consulate Avan, kung saan belong yung jurisdiction ng nagkasal sa inyo. Addie, do you believe that there has been an uptick of K1 applications since pandemic? The reason that their process is so delayed, Brother Jess, this is because of the backlogs from the previous administration. Remember, Trump put a stop on those while he was in the office, and when the Biden administration came in, they resumed on the process. So now they are processing those on the backlogs. They will process your application as they receive it. So right now they are working on the backlogs. That's why those new applications are so delayed because of that. Okay po, thank you ma'am. You're very welcome. What is the subject for the LDR live stream? We actually got quite a bit of topics tonight. We got 8. Actually, we got 11. So, quite a bit of topic tonight. I wonder how many applications are done per year from the US for K1. They're kind of, they should have a tracker on that. Brother Jess, when we were processing our K1 visa, I went to this website. I will type it in. They are the real applicant of different types of visa. Let me see if I can pull it up. You can ask questions over here, actually. And there are immigration lawyers that hangs that hangs.
There's immigration lawyers and there's people that have been through all the process.
Yes. And you can read all what they are. See if I can still log into my account. It's like this is very helpful. It's like we did not have any lawyer, or I just follow the steps on this website, and it really helped us out. Now it doesn't want to open. Great. I'm trying to open their portal, but it's not letting me. So I can show you guys how what's because in this particular forum they have K1 visa process. You're coming from a particular country. For some reason the website is not opening. I'm so sorry about that. Just keeps on loading. Pay your internet. I did pay my internet bill, brother Jess. I don't know why my internet is messing up right now. Just as like pay your internet bill. Probably because I'm loading.
That's when it messes up over here is when you pay your bill.
Yeah, actually that's true. That's when it's messing up, when you pay your bill for some reason. I don't know why. Who the hell is that? Something's beeping. Ano ba yan? It's not, it doesn't want to open. Some reason it's not opening, guys. So pay your internet bill. Am I loading? Who is that? It's my daughter's. Whatever. I can't open the website. I don't know why. For some reason. But that is where I get my info before with what do you call this?
Visa application.
Visa application. They actually cater different country and stuff. See if I can open this up now. It's not working for me. For some reason, it's not working for me. I wanted to show you guys how it's. But it won't open for me. So, for some reason, their website is down. I get the DNS notification and stuff. So you guys have any questions when it comes to travel update and stuff? Uh, Immigration. I'll answer as much as I can. Can you please recommend a quarantine hotel room where I can get food from outside of the hotel? I actually uploaded a video on that, Wayne, way back. I think 3 months ago. Uh, but I'm getting ready to I'm getting ready to create a new one. But as I've read the let me find that video and I will post it here. See you, Manana, TY Familia. Thank you, Brother Jess. Thank you, thank you. That's when they open for tourism, that is. Yep. How's your visa application, Wayne Jensen? I know you were applying for the 9A visa. Where is that? We were just talking about that TLM. Like I said, if they really want to pursue that, having a visa before entering the Philippines, then they would hire a lot of employees to process that. But I really doubt they would do that. It's like they're just probably going to reinstate the visa upon arrival that they used to when before the pandemic has started. So, oh, let me find that. I can't find it. Hang on just a second. I'm looking for that link at Wayne. That way I can post it here in the chat. Oh, there it is. There it is. Recommended quarantine hotels that does. I'm not just like you have to check if they're because I have uploaded this quite a while ago. How about London po? It's they're allowed to travel to the Philippines. I was like, unless you're traveling from the travel ban countries, you can enter the Philippines as long as you are one of the permitted travelers. So, Wayne, I have uploaded this in back in May, so it's quite some time already. But you can, but these are the recommended hotels and stuff. But you can check again if they still have the same policy, or can I receive on arrival? Like I said, nobody really knows when the Philippine border is open if they are just going to reinstate the visa upon arrival, or they will require a visa. Okay, well, that's good news. It makes me feel better because the backlogs will, yes, it's like we were talking about earlier, TLM, if they start requiring visas for foreign tourists to come into the country, then they would have to hire a lot of employees in their Philippine consulates because they will be slammed with visa application. So this is the link, Wayne. I think they should place my sub on the green list. Travel from the US, go
I don't
to
know. His rooster died.
your rooster. You killed your rooster traveling home. Yeah, I really do. I really believe that they would just reinstate the visa upon arrival because that would be crazy they start doing if they start requiring a visa.
I mean, he murdered the poor rooster. That's a 50% homicide rate.
I have to leave. I see you tomorrow. Good night, friends and family. Maraming salamat. Thank you, Mr. Torres. They have very little money to hire anyone, so I'm hopeful. Salamat. Yep, that is true. It's like I don't think the Philippines can really afford that to be implementing such rule, so I don't really see it happening. I'm hungry. I'll be sending all of the information to the Philippine Embassy in Chicago in mid-October because my flight is for December 31st. Yep. I know Chicago process is 7 days. 7 days for 9A visa. Yo, can't prove I killed the rooster because I ate the evidence. Oh, yeah, traveling hobo. But you told everybody that. I have that on video, so that's evidence enough. Yeah, you actually you even gave us the detail on how you did it. So that's evidence already. Oh, what else did we miss? Oh, it's like if you guys watch I think yesterday or the other day's video on the airlines proposal for airlines proposal to shorten the quarantine, that even if they would shorter quarantine, and Paul starting to require swab testing before flying. It's like that is still a proposal. Okay, that's not even approved, not implemented. It's just they are proposing it to the IATF. So they're wanting the quarantine to be shortened to 5 days. Like you get swab before you leave for at your country of origin, then you will be swab again over here on the third day. And if it turns out negative, you can go home on the fifth day. So I'm not sure if that will be passed. And also the second step for our 13A visa application is up in the channel. So to those who are planning on, especially to those who are married to Filipino national, you can apply for 13A. Hey, welcome back. Bullied, bullied or bulled. So it's like it does make sense for that shorten quarantine though. The proposal for shorten that not there. The proposal for shortened quarantine because especially to those who are fully vaccinated already. It would just make sense. So any more questions, guys, for this show? Like I said, I'm inviting you guys tonight for our LDR discussion. We always have so much fun on that show. It starts at 8 o'clock in the evening, Philippine time. That would be 8 in the morning, Eastern time, 7 a.m. Central time, and 5 a.m. Mountain time or Pacific time. Yes, it's like actually we've been talking about that already in our LDR discussion that when the Philippines finally opens up and everybody can get here, that we would organize a meetup for everybody. I would love to meet everybody. We did that in Davao when we went to Davao last week. It was fun. So we would love to meet everybody and just have fun, hang out. It's one way of celebrating too that everybody's going to be reunited when the Philippines open up. So, yep, we got plans on that. Brother Jess is footing the bill. But like I said tonight, we got quite a bit of discussion. I have listed a bunch of that last Sunday. Your food making me hungry, my love. It's got food sitting right in front of me and it's making me hungry. It's lunchtime in the Philippines. We're getting good news day by day. Hopefully, it's like With the election coming up, I could almost see it that they're gonna use that platform to open the country, to open up the country for tourism. You know, I'm not seeing them. I'm not seeing them, especially that Thailand, Malaysia, Vietnam, Indonesia, India is ending their zero on COVID campaign because we cannot zero out COVID cases, and instead they're going to start with living with COVID. So looking looking good for reopening. Fingers crossed. Yep. When is election? Our election will be on May 2022. Sko Moreno is a good candidate. He is, but I've got my own candidate. I know everybody will not agree on me on that, but hey, we have our own candidate. I will respect whoever your candidate is, so we'll just respect each other and see who will win after the election. My husband is literally eating in front of me, trying to starve me to death. That's not fair.
Not my fault you didn't eat breakfast this morning.
I'm waiting on zero quarantine. I really doubt, just like to be honest, in my honest opinion, they will eventually remove quarantine, but I don't see them doing that very soon. They might shorten the quarantine, but I can't really see them removing it anytime soon. To me, 5 days is reasonable quarantine. 5 days, 10 days is just too much. It's like I think 5 days we can all deal with that. 10 days is a little bizarre, in my opinion. I keep yawning. Somebody, what do you call this?
Kept you up late last night.
Yep, somebody kept me up late last night. We were also it's like we had movie marathon last night. I watched three movies. One was Olympus Has Fallen. The second movie I watched was Dragonheart. The third one was Blindside. It was good. 3 days recommended. Yep, right. But with swab test, it's okay, not quarantine. For those fully vaccinated, I could understand why they're raising so much concern on the quarantine and stuff. That's why they got fully vaccinated, so they are protected from the virus. But sometimes being fully vaccinated will not really uh exempt you from getting the virus. You can still be a carrier of the virus. Eaton Squad, how did you meet your husband? I met him online. We actually met in a dating site called Cherry Blossoms. So that's where we met. Sana wala ng quarantine. We are ready to go home. We missed our family and friends. I know, it's like there are it's like especially Christmas is coming up, and I know there are a lot of Filipinos abroad who wants to come home to the Philippines for the holiday. What's holding them back is the quarantine. Because who wants to spend 10 days in quarantine and only spend a few days with their loved ones and have to turn around and go back? because they have work. It's kind of like you just went to the Philippines to quarantine, then head back to the US, for example, to go back to work. It's not worth it. So this is what the Philippine government, I think, don't realize, that they probably think those Filipinos or foreign tourists coming into the country has all the vacation in the world, that they can stay as long as they can, but they don't realize that these people only has 2 weeks vacation from their work. So if you only got 2 weeks and have to undergo 10 days quarantine, literally you can just see your loved one a day or two, then you have to fly back. So that's cool. After how many years you got married? After 1 year. So 3 months. That's like we met in October. He flew over here February. Like after 4 months of talking online, we finally met in person. Then we started the K1 petition. Our K1 petition got approved in 3 months. So, yeah, we were dating. We were fiancés, boyfriends, fiancés for 1 year before we got married. Only bad if he's eating the food you made in front of you. It was my brother who actually cooked it, but I think he's intentionally starving me while eating in front of me while doing my live, Howard. Can you smack him for me, Howard? Flight prices will be hitting sky high, I guess. It will be. It's always been during this time, especially next month. It's the start of the peak season next month. And with the travel cap and everything, that did not really help so much. It will drag the price high. So I was checking flight prices last night. There were like 1800 and stuff. That's still actually cheap. So hi, I'm late, but I'm here. Even if they don't give us 5 days quarantine, at least put the US on the green list. They can't keep depriving us like this. If they don't do anything, it's going to get it's they have to make changes instead of repeating what they're used to with these rules. True. Sometimes risk is part of the importance of life. We do it every day, like risking the Philippines with people coming in from China among those on the green list. I absolutely agree with you, Gal. That's very true. So I totally agree with you on that, Gal. So if you guys won't have any more questions, we can wrap this up in 30 minutes. That way I can go eat also. LDR will be tonight. That would be tomorrow your time. LDR will be in 8 hours from now. 8 hours from now will be the LDR discussion. LDR in 8 hours. After my live, I gotta go eat. Uh, probably film a little bit, then I'm gonna hit the bed, get a nap, because I know it's gonna be a long night again tonight, which is fun. We do enjoy our LDR discussion. We do enjoy our LDR family. Cool. See you guys later. Eat all the food and in front of your husband. See you later, gal.
Mostly she eats fish, so that doesn't bother me.
Yeah, we're having fish, so we having fish.
Besides, I've got the McDonald's delivery app on my phone.
And my brother is teasing me with what's for lunch. Darn it. Everybody's teasing me with food now, so eat food that makes him jealous. Yep. You can do better than McDonald's, man. See you later. Take care, Eaton family. Maraming salamat. So if you guys don't have any more questions for me, we can actually wrap this up. Oh my god, I'm hurrying. No, yeah, if you guys don't have any more questions for me for this show, we can actually wrap this up and I will see you guys tonight on LDR discussion. Thank you so much for all the questions. I hope I was able to answer all your inquiries. Maraming salamat for always being here on our show every Sunday. Thank you. And I really appreciate all the support to our channel all the time. Maraming salamat. So I guess it's a wrap. I will see you guys on LDR discussion. Thank you so much. You know where to reach me if you guys got inquiries. You can message me on Facebook and on Instagram. Same handle, the Eaton Squad. So maraming salamat for joining in. I'm going to head out, eat our lunch, then prepare for our LDR tonight. Thank you guys all so much. Maraming salamat. Stay safe. Mag-ingat po tayong lahat. God bless everyone. Bye-bye.